Somebody say DavidB. DavidB. Somebody say DavidB. DavidB. It's not that from the got DavidB. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Mr. DavidB.
Just when you've had enough, that's when you gotta get back up.
I am a singer, songwriter, vocal arranger, but more importantly, I'm a son, a brother, I'm an uncle, I'm a friend, and I never want to lose sight of that. Music is what I love to do, but it's not who I am. My father is my hero, and if I can be half the man that he is, I will be content. And for me to say that again is a miracle, and I don't take it lightly at all. God knows I would not be here if my family didn't pray for me. And one thing that I love about the support that they have for me is not just words, it's not just sympathy or good intention. They are extremely active with it. They support me emotionally. The music industry can take a lot out of an artist, so to have that support base from your family and people that you know love you no matter what is priceless, and I'm just grateful for that.
My sin upon his shoulders, ashamed I hear my mocking.
I have been a music lover for as long as I can remember. My parents tell me stories of, you know, being a Michael Jackson copycat around the house from the age of 2. And every time they tell those stories, I actually have flashbacks of those moments. I remember my mom telling me off and her saying, "Oh, don't put your hand on your crotch like Michael does. Put it on your tummy." And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, good. Well, yeah, I have loved music. There was always music in the house, and I guess that's where my desire to take music further than just a hobby started from. With the respect that I have for my dad, I was subconsciously following in his footsteps. He's a cardiologist, so I want to be a cardiologist. He's a musician on the side. I want to be a musician on the side. I've applied to medical school. I've got in, which is something that a lot of people, you know, would be envious about, because a lot of people apply to be doctors, apply to get into medical school and don't get in. So for me to just be like, oh, I love music, I'm not gonna go to medical school for no reason, just wasn't something I was about to do. I had such a hard time at medical school. It just wasn't the place for me. From the first day of lectures, I was like, what am I doing here? I carried on studying, even though I had these thoughts and I had these feelings in my heart. It was a decision I made and I was sticking to it. I failed my exams and failed my resits, which was alien to me. I had never failed a major exam in my life. And that just knocked me back. It knocked my confidence. It knocked every bit of pride and self-belief that I had. I felt ashamed. I felt like a waste. I felt like someone who you know, had big prospects but just threw them all away. One of the most traumatic times of my life. It was just hard to come to terms with failure. I had never failed anything in my life. I had never been disappointed with myself, and just talking about those things now take me back, you know, those years where it was just like my life was going in circles. I felt like it had ended. A lot of people feel like I'm a hero, you know, people congratulate my bravery and say, oh, you know, I wish I was like you, I wish I could quit, you know, the course that I'm doing and just follow my dream. I want to be a dancer, but you know, that's not something you really say. You know, you want to do something that has big prospects, big money, and something that you can live off. But the truth is, I am no hero. I didn't quit medical school. I got kicked out. It was that serious. I appealed to repeat the year and I was denied my appeal. And yeah, one of the most terrible times of my life. I had suicidal thoughts. I wanted to kill myself because I thought I was a nobody. I was just ashamed and just disappointed in myself. And how did I let this happen? How did I let it get to this point? Where do I go from here? What do I do with my life?